dark spot right there. Hello. Happy Sunday. Come here, boy. Come on up and say hi to the people. Come on up. Up. Come on. You don't want to jump up. Bring you down. Look like I ain't got no clothes on. I got some shorts. Guess I'll wait a few more minutes. Don't nobody else show up, I'm going to click off. It is kind of late. It's almost 6:30 in the PM. I'm using my new microphone. Can you hear me? What is this? Thank you for the one thumbs up. Be on here for 2 more minutes. If not, I'm going to close this live out. Hello. Hello. Hello, 4 people. I'm going to stay on 1 more minute, and if not, if I don't get more people, I'm going to click off. Hello. Thank you. I know it's kind of late. I usually come on a little bit earlier than this. If not, I'll just come back tomorrow. If we get 1 more person, I may say something. Hey, boy. Nico, you want to go for a ride? The boy want to go for a ride. Hey. Anyway, I was thinking about having a yard sale. But I don't know. I will. Hi, Dorado. Look at that picture of you. I like that profile photo. Can you hear me? I got my microphone on today. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Can you hear me, Toretto? Maybe you can hear me. Oh, you can. Oh, you got a number one crown by your name. I wonder what that means. How do I sound? I'm doing something different. Ooh, 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 ooh. Mm-mm. Hope I sound okay. I ain't gonna stay on her long. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to have a yard sale or do I want to just donate my stuff to the Goodwill. I was thinking about selling some stuff online, but I don't think I feel like that. But I got some boots. These boots here, they look so big, don't they? These are a size 9. I've only worn them like maybe 3 times, 4 times at the max. They too big. So I can fit some size 9s, but not all of them. And these shoes tend to hurt my top of my foot. They tend to like bend right here, which adds like a little baby crease and it hurts. I have the same boots, do you? We're boot sisters or boot brothers. Yeah, you up here. I had some black ones. I wore them a lot and worn them down, but they end up hurting my arch, and I think that's why I got this plantar fasciitis in my right foot. But my foot feels a whole lot better, and they said that the plantar fasciitis comes from something going on with your arch. Sometimes it's shoes, sometimes it's other stuff, but I think it came from my black boots like these. I like them though, but they just look super big. So yeah, I might have a yard sale and give them away. How much they got? Not give them away, but sell them. How much they got to sell them for? $1, $3, $5, or $7. I don't know. But I had decluttered my closets and cleaned out 2 bedrooms, and I got a lot of stuff out there. I don't know if you can see. There's a table right there. I got some stuff on there too. I had a whole lot of stuff in here. The rest of the stuff I kept and I put it down in the basement. So when I get in the basement, I'm gonna have to declutter again, separate and organize down there too. What is wrong with this dog? Why is he laying on his back? And I got some purses and clothes right there in the back on my couch. So, but my friends would say, "Oh, you ain't got a lot of stuff," which I don't. I don't have a lot of stuff. If you compare my stuff to other people, I usually try to stay on top of the clutter because I can't take it. For one thing, my house is just house with no closets. I have very little closet space. So, ooh, oh my God. I don't need to have a lot of stuff in my life. But I am proud of myself. I did rearrange my main closet in my bedroom. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Um, my closet in my bedroom, guys, used to be so messed up. It would be shoes, clothes. Hi, Diva. Hi, Keisha. Oh, what's up, Nancy? Hello. No, is it Keisha or is it Kaishia? But I had cleaned out my closet. Actually, I cleaned out 2 bedrooms worth of clutter. Well, maybe 1.5. So I cleaned out first the second bedroom, and there's hardly nothing in there. But my main bedroom, you said it right the first time. Keisha? What did I say the first time? Is it Keisha or Kaishia? It's Keisha. I think I said it that. I think I said that. But yeah, I cleared out everything in my second bedroom. I did leave a little stuff in there because I need a little bit more storage for right now. I cleared out everything. I'm proud of myself. It took me days. And then I finally cleared out my main closet in my main bedroom. And I organized my closet to where it makes sense. I used to have all kind of stuff in there. Boxes, paperwork, toilet paper, rolls, paper towels, just receipts. It was just too much. So It's just spelled differently. You've been decluttering too. Yes, yes, I have been decluttering. I feel proud of myself too because I was just so overwhelmed for days, but I finally got it. So how I arranged my closet is purses at the top. Then I have on a little baby second shelf. Thank you guys. Your skin is looking good, sis. You're glowing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, so it's the my purses at the top, which I've never really had my purses in the same closet. My purses used to be in my other closet in my other bedroom, which I don't know why I had it like that. I think because I like the lighting in my second bedroom. My lighting in my main bedroom is no. So purses, um, lower shoes like tennis shoes and sandals on the second shelf, and then I have clothes, all with all matching hangers, all wooden hangers, guys. Can you believe it? All my clothes are color coordinated. So I have all the blues together. All the blues together. I have all the reds, pinks, and so forth and so on. And then at the bottom I have the high heel shoes. Them shoes are so old. I'm like, can you even wear them shoes? And then it's so funny because I have two sets of sizes of shoes. I have large. I have a size 9 shoe in there and a size 8.5. So I used to wear 8.5, but when I gained a lot of weight, my foot went up to a 9 or close to a 9. So sometimes my foot don't fit an exact 9, but sometimes it do depend on the shoe. And like I was showing earlier, this shoe, it says it's supposed to be a size 9, but it fit to me like a 9.5. It look like a one great big boot. They too big and they hurt my feet because, like I said earlier, they crease right here. They do like that. I'm like, they're gonna make my shoes look like clown shoes. So I'm thinking about having a yard sale, getting rid of the stuff that I did collect. So some of the stuff is on the couch right there, just in case you missed it. Sister Nancy, I'm good. I'm getting rid of half my wardrobe when I retire. All of them clothes are exhausting me. It is overwhelming. Having too much of something can overwhelm you. It can slow you down mentally. And so for me to bring in new clothes and um, fresh wear, I wanted to get my first level of life together first. So I understand it is overwhelming. I have a lot of clothes, but I can't fit them. I think I can only fit of all my clothes, maybe 5% of them, maybe. Just because I bought some new clothes last winter and last like late summer. But the rest of my clothes, too little. I used to be a size 8. So most of my clothes are size 8s and maybe 10s. And then you can see the ones when I start gaining weight, like 16, 18s. I think I'm a size 20 or something like that. I might be smaller than I am. I might be 18. Whatever the case may be, most of my clothes are size 8s, and they look like little kids' clothes. They look like little kids' clothes. I'm like, who used to wear this? So it felt good to declutter and get all this stuff out of my closet, but I still kept my old clothes. Now I'm gonna tell you why. Not only because I'm gonna get back down to my regular weight, although I don't know what a size 8 would look like on me at 56 or 57 or 60, well, however I am, I don't care. I'll deal with that later. If I look crazy in the face at 60 and I'm a size 8 or maybe a size 10, I'll deal with it then. But my goal is to get back down to my regular weight. And so that's why I'm keeping my old clothes. Another reason why I'm keeping my old clothes is because you and I believe this. You and I believe it, guys. When I look at my old clothes versus my newer clothes, my old clothes, most of them say it's 100% cotton, 100% wool, 100% whatever. Very little polyester. So back in my clothes are mostly from like the 2000s, and some of them I can still wear. I think if I did try to wear some of those clothes, I'm like, it looks like 2002, 2006. But for the most part, a lot of the clothes I can still wear it today. Diva says, yep, I was a size 8. Went to a size 10 due to them damn fibroids. Then a size 14. Holding at 14 now for about 10 years. See, but that's good. At least you didn't get to know freaking 20 and 22 like I did. But that's good. That's not really bad, especially for your age. And it looks good on you at your age. We gotta worry about that. When you get the first signs of age is your eyes. So you see, I'm getting these little wrinkles under my eyes. And the more fat you have in your face, it plumps them out more. I don't care. I'll worry about that later. Okay. Keisha says, yes, Nazi, they are better quality. Yes. So my old clothes are better quality better quality than today. So there's a term that's going around. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but they call these clothes today fast fashion, which means these companies are selling these cheaper clothes at a fast rate for more. Sometimes it costs more, but the material is thin. The threading is cheap and it's coming out. It's a lot of peeling coming off the sweaters, and you could tell. I could tell today's clothes are so different from when I used to buy clothes back then. Back then, you got more quality of your clothes. Today's clothes, fast fashion, and they cute. They real cute. They real cute, but they cheesy. They thin, and they are stringy, and they peel, and they're not really of good quality. But they want to sell it to you like good quality. So a fast fashion place, it would be like Sheen or Timu, Rainbow. Although you could, I got some nice jeans. I got a few nice pieces from them, from Rainbow. You got to really look. You got to really pay attention to the quality. The quality has gone to pits compared to even shoe before COVID. Yep, yep. He said you can only wear those clothes once, maybe twice on a good day. You better not put them in the dryer. But that's how they doing it. Mass producing all these clothes and they just selling them. And some of them they're selling them for expensive prices, and the others they selling for cheap. They said even Ann Taylor is one of the people who's selling like medium fast. Well, not medium fast. Their clothes are not like how they used to be. Ann Taylor used to be like a big deal back in the day. They used to have like quality clothes. And if you search through these clothes, you will find some good ones. But you're gonna pay a nice price for them. So Keisha says rainbow jeans are better quality than other fast fashion places. Yep, yep, she's right. I like their jeans. I like rainbow. It's just their clothes are thin, guys, and they got a bunch of wording all over it. So you like I said in my last video, you can walk out somewhere and you be like, "Hey girl, what you doing with my shirt on?" Everybody got the same freaking shirt or the same style. That's what you call fast fashion. Just and so I got some even African wear. African wear is so expensive. Why are you doing that? African wear can be expensive, but guys, it be so thin. The strings be, the threading looks like it's about to pop out. My daughter buys all of her jeans from Rainbow. They be too cute. Yep, I love their jeans. You can't go wrong with jeans. I like Target, Walmart, Ross, and TJ Maxx. So that's cool. So um, I shop at Target. I don't buy the clothes. I'm not really a big clothes buyer at this time of my life because I don't like the way I'm built. I'm built like a Kool-Aid man, little sister or something. But I do like shopping at Target. And lately I've been playing around with Ross. Ross got some hit or misses too. But I bought some stylish glasses, some name brand glasses from Ross. Hi, they got my NYC chocolate 777. Hello. Ooh, Diva said TJ Maxx is my stove. So I think like TJ Maxx and Ross, I think they get like some of those clothes be like the misfits of the other clothes. But if you really search through them, you can really find some really good items that don't really have any problems with them. But I bought this one dress, a couple of dresses from was it TJ Maxx no, it was Ross back in the day, and boy, the shirt had my boobie. One was down here, that was you put your boobs in the top part, it just didn't fit. I always had that problem anyway. I really can't fit pre-made tops with the little breast shelf thing. Yeah, and I never, even when I was skinny, I had big boobs. It just never really did well. But if you really look through that stuff, you can really find something because everything is not a misfit. Sometimes they need to just get rid of some clothes that's been sitting on the rack for a long time, or um, yeah, it's just sometimes it's an overflow. There's a whole lot of reasons why they sell that stuff. Just like Nordstrom Rack. I love Nordstrom Rack. I like going out there. I just been shopping out there lately. But it kind of you can really look through there and find some stuff too. But they killed me though. I had bought some Adidas tennis shoes from them a couple of months ago, and they were dirty. I'm like, Ninja, did you just sell me some dirty tennis shoes? Nordstrom Rack now, and I could tell somebody had worn them like maybe a week or two. But I went on and kept them. I just washed them and just pretend like nobody was in my shoes before I was in them. That's one thing about buying stuff online. You don't never know what's gonna come to your house when it arrives, and you don't even feel like going through the hassle of sending stuff back. Nico, Miss Chocolate said hello to you. Come and say hi. Well, his knees hurt today. Look like I got no clothes on. These shorts so short. Look like I'm sitting on the toilet. Yep. So my studio is organized. My makeup studio. I've never been wearing my makeup, but I haven't been going anywhere either. My makeup studio is organized. You just need to wash it down. I think I bought some new products too. So I'm just taking them day by day. Oh, so my closet, like I was saying, even my uncle, you guys remember Uncle Bruce? He was in my closet, and my mother was in my closet because they are cremated. And you probably say, well, Angel, Nezzy, whatever your damn name is, that is so weird having dead people in your closet. First of all, when I brought my mother home from being cremated, I instantly felt better and I could start healing. So it's comforting having her here with me. But I'm looking at it like these ashes are taking up too much space. And I was asking people, I said, you think I should get rid of those ashes? I even asked Alexa. She said, I can't answer that because that's a sensitive subject. It's up to you about what you want to do. I said, you're right. But I'm not getting rid of my mother and my uncle. They have blessed me tremendously, financially and emotionally. They help me. They help me. So I'm not getting rid of them. I'm just going to place them in another place. Because I think if I got rid of my mother, my uncle, my life will go straight to the pits of hell. So I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Chocolate, Miss Chocolate said, NYC Chocolate says, that is true. I hate taking stuff back. I know, right? It's like a mental hassle before you get there. And it's just, I don't want to feel like that. And you know what? Companies know that. They bank on you not bringing the stuff back. That's not weird. My bestie has her mom's ashes in her bedroom. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm thinking, is that weird? But it's comforting. And I'm not getting rid of them. I think it'll be, I think I would feel sad. And I'll be going back to 2023 and 2012. I think it'll be a hard setback. I can't do that. Do you have a mantle? No, I don't have a mantle. I don't have that kind of house. Like a fireplace and mantles. My house is not made like that. And plus, they're not in an urn or anything. They're just in a generic box. But you know what? Let me tell y'all something. One of my buddies said, do you even know if that's your mother in that box? Do you even know if that's your actual uncle? Ashes in that box? How do you know those are their ashes? You don't know. And sometimes, when they put bodies in the little, I guess the little oven and fry them down, I'm the return queen, baby. That's right. She said, I'm the return queen. That's right. Yeah, I've been returning stuff too. Better. I've been doing way better than I used to. But I was keeping those Adidas. I like them. So I just washed them. They look brand new all over again. I just hate this my else feet was in my stuff. Don't put your feet in my stuff. But my friend said, do you even know that's your real mother or father? I mean, mother or uncle? There's their ashes? And I said, no, I really don't know. She said, they could be putting anybody's ashes in those boxes. And I said, that's true. How do you know? How do you know? And like say for instance that is your loved one's ashes. It's probably some leftover ashes from the somebody else's loved ones, and it's blended in and it's all in the box. Ain't that some weird stuff to think about? I'm like, is that really my mother in there? She had me thinking. People are so weird. I wouldn't even want to think I don't have my loved one. Ain't that crazy? But Toretto said it's true. It is crazy. But it's a possibility that you got somebody else in your damn house. So that's another reason. Nah, I'm gonna keep. I've been having my mother's ashes since 2012 and Uncle Bruce's ashes since 2023. I'm just gonna go on and keep them. They ain't bothered me since. And my little money tree, she's still hanging on. At one point, she was getting real sick. And guys, I'm telling you, if you get a money tree in your house, she really does, or he does. I call her she, can bring in wealth. Well, she started getting sick because it was a little creepy. I set her outside so she could be out there with the rest of the plants. and so she can get some sunshine. Because sometimes when she gets sick, when she starts looking like she's struggling, I'll put her outside so she can get the sunlight and the fresh air, and it usually works. Well, I think it was a black aphid had gotten a hold to her. So when I brought her back in the house, she started weak. She's supposed to stand all the way up anyway, but she started her leaves started drooping and falling off really bad. I said there was a bug on my on my tree. Oh, spit. I'm saying that to say when my tree is healthy, wealth, money is coming in. When she's not so healthy, the money is going out. And I don't know if that's a real thing or is it psychological. But I found that bug. I busted him dead in his chops. I said, "Oh, what you doing?" I saw him. It was he like a little black spider. He blew and disappeared. And I slapped the leaf around and found him. And I found him on the carpet and I killed him. And ever since I got rid of that aphid, she's been doing better. She look kind of pitiful. Don't she look kind of pitiful? I don't know. Sister Nancy, did you get rid of your floor model TV? I need mine gone, but the wood on it so beautiful. Yes, the answer is yes. She used to be right there, and I loved it so much, but it was just taking up space I didn't want anymore. So I called 1-800-JUNK. Is it called junk? Oh, 1-800 get got junk. I thought they was gonna come by and pick that floor model for free. They charged me $92. I said hell to every knob. But I wanted it out the house, so I paid it. But yes, the answer is yes. I got rid of it. Miss Chocolate said, I never thought to take mine outside. My leaves are turning brown, just a couple. Yeah, sometimes when you take them outside, nature takes care of them. And boy, she was thriving. Then all of a sudden it kept raining and raining, and she started peeling. I had asked Alexa, why is her bark just falling off in red chunks? And he said because it's probably too much water. And sure enough, it's too much water. So I brought her back in the house, dried her out, and she got back a little bit better. Then she started looking like she's struggling again, so I put her back outside, and she got attacked by the aphids just that quick. I said, "Oh, you messing with my money? You messing with my money." So, like, if I set her outside right now, she'll do well. So I need some more soil. I need to doctor her up because if you keep your money tree healthy, you'll always stay wealthy. Yep. Lauren, hi Lauren Bishop, girl. I ain't seen you in a long time. Hey, you. So glad I can catch you live. Yes, plants are like humans in certain ways. They have a requirement of needs just like us. So true. So true. And she loves being outside, but she's not that kind of plant. She can't handle it. She's better off inside the house. Diva says, I need mine gone. Huh? You need your you need your you need your money tree to be gone? Mm, who that? Watch them. All right, Chaka says yes, they do change. They do charge. Oh, charge for what? I think I forgot what we was talking about. Got to get me a money tree. These things, hey, they can grow up to 6 feet tall or even taller if you take care of them. Oh, the TV. No, the TV gone. Oh, your TV gone? Okay, got it. Yeah, yeah. They get really big. Lauren said she might get overwhelmed by the climate and or the energy outside. It was too much. But a lot of times she can be out there, she be like, hey, and then she start. Then other times she be like, no, hey, I want to go back in the house. Very delicate tree. She likes indirect sunlight. She doesn't like direct sunlight. She doesn't like all that super natural stuff. It's just too much. But sometimes, oh, TV junk. Yeah, Nico. Oh, they're looking for you. He acting funny. But the money tree does a whole lot better indoors, in my experience, versus being outside. And sure enough, when she got sick out there, something happened to my money. I brought it back in the house, and now everything's back stable. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but it's in my mind that it's real. But I need to get her some more soil because I took her out the small pot and put her in the big pot, and I didn't have enough soil. And then I had to dry her off because she was overwatered from the natural rain. Yeah. So everything's good over here. My house is. I'm just happy I'm decluttering. But why do we have to mess up the whole house just to declutter? Like this, half of the house was looking crazy, and the rest of the stuff that I did need is down in the basement in a big spot, and it's cluttered down there. So I'm not. When I get through up here, I'm gonna go downstairs and do a clean sweep. I'm gonna move from the north side of the house to the south, work my way this way, and keep the stuff that's more important than other stuff. And then my clothes that I have downstairs, I can't put them in my closet upstairs because there's not enough space. But I love my clothes downstairs. I love them. So my goal is to lose weight in increments so I get down to where I want to be and get rid of those clothes too. Hmm. Well, let me get my money tree together. Yes, baby, get your money tree together. Take good care of her. She brings in good energy. She brings in good health and good wealth. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So how you guys doing today on this beautiful Sunday? I was trying to record a video. I recorded a video with this look. I said, this is not cute. This is not being polished. This is not a cute look. I still haven't assembled my clothing racks. I'm like, why you got so many damn clothing racks? I have two real big ones. They can hold a lot of weight. Then I got a medium. Then I got a small one, a medium small, and a small, small, small. And I got two closets up here. So it's not like I can't. I can have a lot of clothes. I have a lot of space to put them. Teresa says, Nancy, where is the YouTuber that used to follow you with one lock? You know what you're talking about? Naturally done. I don't know. I had looked for her maybe about a month or so ago, and then prior to that, I looked for her maybe about 2 years ago. I know at one point she was sick, and then one day she popped up on my video and said, "Hello, Nancy," out of nowhere, like maybe a year or two ago. She was very sick at one point, so I don't know what happened to Naturally Done. It's some people like, what happened to that YouTuber? I don't know. We didn't talk on the phone or nothing like that. I hope she's okay. But she had gotten so sick to where she had lost a lot of weight, and that was I would say that was 2021. Yep. Mm. How have you been doing with your exercise? I'm still a fat ass. I ain't been exercising. Although I think I want to add that to my to-do list this week. I need to get. I really want to get started with that. But for me, I like to focus on one or two things at a time. If I start doing this and this and this, I'll be losing track. And that's another reason why I've been putting everything in front of me exercising, which I shouldn't be doing that. But I want my house a certain way so I can breathe. And I know it's an excuse, but that's just how my brain works. So my goal is to get started this week or this month or maybe the first part of June. So if I hurry up and get this part of the house done up here and then start working downstairs, then I'll probably feel better. So hopefully we can get started by June. We'll see. But I'm tired of being a fat girl because I'll be picking my stomach up and it'll be on my knees and I'll be hot down there and everything be smothered and it smell like, I don't know what it smell like, booty pimples and stuff. I can't take it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. My aunt always kept a money tree and stayed with a bankroll and a man with a bankroll. Oh, Lauren, don't hit nobody like that. Don't flex on me like that. Don't flex on me like that, girl. But you know what? Maybe I need to get me a real money tree plant. And really, hey, I think it works for real. I have been thinking about her. I remember she had Crohn's disease. That's what it was. I can remember. Thank you. That Crohn's disease, that ain't no joke. Just monitor your diet. Focus on that first. Right. And when we get off the phone, I might clean phone. When we get off the internet, I might go in there and find me. You know what? I eat well. I just don't eat like I'm supposed to. As far as I'm supposed to eat 6 small meals per day. I don't do that. Sometimes I don't eat until like mid morning, and then when I do eat something, it's like a whole lot of food, and then I don't eat no more for the rest of the day until late in the evening. I'm just off. And I know how to keep my weight down. I know how to get fit. I know how to do all that. Stomach to your knees, yes, baby. I be picking my stomach up. That's gross. I can hide stuff under this stomach, baby. I need one of those. Get you one, girl. Are you still working part time? The answer is yes. Lauren says, have you ever considered intermittent fasting? I had lost 57 pounds for just walking and eating with a certain time frame. Good for you. Have you ever considered? Oh yeah, I used to do that all the time. I'm just mentally not. I'm not. I guess I'm not mentally interested. It ain't my focus at this time. I need to focus, but it's just not a priority. It just seemed like I don't know. It's so weird. It seemed like for example, if I want to record a video, if my dishes are dirty, I'm not gonna want to record the video. I don't know what the dirty dishes got to do with recording the video. Like how you gonna record a video in your house jacked up? That ain't gonna do. Don't nobody know my dishes are dirty, but in my mind, I'm like, clean the damn dishes first, then go record the video. So I try to clean my dishes first before, like the day before or something. That way, when I do my video, I'm like, oh, I gotta go clean my kitchen up. So as far as me getting the weight off, it's like I don't care about it because I want to get my house together first. It's too much, which is so crazy. I can do both, but I put myself on a 3 year 3 year challenge, not a 3 year challenge, more of a three year goal to get my house up to a part to where I like it. I got my house painted. I did a lot of deep cleaning, and I did get it up, but I still have a lot more to do. And so that's I shouldn't let that get in the way. But if I keep putting other stuff in the way, I can't get what I really want out of the way, and it's so stupid. Then I say, well, maybe girl, maybe you should get you oh hi. Thank you, Diva. Wasn't expecting that money. Ooh, I like money. Thank you, little money tree. I told you the money tree bring in money, Gary. Man, get you a money tree. Thank you for blessing me with $10. Look at that, so cute. Little hippo saying knockout. That's so cute. Yep. Thank you. I was not expecting that. But it's all in my mind. I don't feel like I don't want to get stuff in the way of me finishing my house. And meanwhile, I'm getting bigger and blacker. So I also eating breakfast and dinner all 3 hours before bedtime. Yes, Toreto. I'm glad you brought that up. Check it out. So I read recently. They said online. Yeah, I read it online and I saw a video. The older you get, especially when you reach 60, as you approach 60, it's not good to eat right before going to bed because it takes us a long time as older people to digest the food that we ate. We not like when we're young, we can eat it and go to sleep and be no problem. But as we get older, especially as we get closer to 60 and 60 and above, we run a risk of having a heart attack and a stroke in the morning. And they say statistics shows that most people have heart attacks and strokes in the morning. And a lot of times they try to contribute to eating late at night before going to bed. That's why you wake up with a stroke. If you ever notice, a lot of people have strokes in the morning time. Not saying that since they ate something that they may have contributed to it, but sometimes it may. So I'm trying to learn how to not eat before going to bed because I can eat and go to sleep immediately. I have sleep apnea, so I can go to sleep and be like, in a millisecond after eating. So I hate eating sometimes. I don't like eating sometimes. So that's why I don't eat, which stores fat. Yeah. If that neighbor's still getting on your nerves, which one? All these motherfuckers. Oh, which one get on my nerves? No, we all good now. We all good right now. Everybody happy. Oh, you're so welcome, sis. Right. I'll be laughing, chocolate. Everybody happy right now. I let my neighbor use my saw. I hate letting people use my stuff, but she helps me a lot with stuff. And I said, well, you know what, Nancy, you can let her use your saw. I said, it's gonna come back broken. Watch, and she ain't gonna give it right back to you like she's. Oh, girl, Can I use your saw? I'm not saying no, Nancy, I better bring my shit back. I'm busting your chops, but I ain't say that. Sure enough, she called me later on that day and said her guy broke my saw. The chain popped off of it. I said, well, I had that thing for years. Why is the chain popping up? Well, he was using like this. I said, you ain't got to do that if you got a saw. You got to do is just take it, take the saw and it'll cut on its own. You ain't got to. There ain't no regular manual saw. It's an automatic saw. All you got to do is take it and go down on it. But if you ever use a saw, guys, here's a tip. As a woman, as anybody, never take the saw and use the tip of it and cut down a branch. Because if you take that tip of that saw and it hits that branch, guess what it's gonna do? It's gonna bump up and chop you in your head and cut your head down the center. Never use the tip. Always use the middle part to the back. And just go down like this. You ain't got. So, sure enough, she got me, well, he broke your saw. We gonna help you fix it. I'm like, girl, you better lucky you help me do my tree. As a matter of fact, she damn near planted that tree by herself. In St. Louis, we got hard, hard clay soil. That's a tongue twister. And she's out there digging her ass off. I'm like, you gonna die. She older than me. 61. No, she's 63. She's 63 years old. I was digging her ass off. And then I got this hole digger. And I was afraid to use it. I may have mentioned it already, but I've had it almost 2 years. Yeah, I got it in 2024. And she didn't know how to use it. And she ended up taking it and things started swinging her around like a damn merry-go-round. It was so funny. I said, you shouldn't be using that. You don't know how to do it. Wait for your son to come up here. No, I'm going to see if I can do it. And she took the whole digger and she just stuck it down on the ground. And she was like, no ass get. She got the damn hole digger stuck in the ground with the roots. So her son had to come up and dig it out. She just do too much. So I knew when I got my saw back, it was gonna be broke. I help you pay for it. And then she didn't want to give it back. I'll bring it back to you tomorrow. Tomorrow came, then the next day came. I said, where's my saw? Girl, I was just tired. Broke her ass, come up and get that motherfucker. But it's like, oh, I'm tired. And I got out work. I couldn't even see straight. But you down there. I see you down there playing in your garden. But I ain't saying nothing. So I had texted the night before. Yeah, two nights ago. I said, don't forget to bring my saw. Don't forget to bring my saw up here. So I said, okay. So I can get my saw to 8 o'clock at night. You know, that's really crazy how people borrow your stuff. They be anxious to get your stuff and they want to lie. I'll bring it back to you tomorrow. That's why I don't let niggas, I don't loan out my stuff. Niggas don't act right. She said she helped me pay for it. I said, okay. Do you like smoothies and cold pressed juices? I do. As a matter of fact, I make my own juice. I have reorganized my kitchen, guys, to where I bought a baker's rack and I put all of my favorite gadgets on the baker's rack. And I made no, I still didn't use my juicer yet, but I used the juicer. You know how you take your orange and use that thing, you can squeeze it, take the orange, you slice down the middle, and you put it on this little thing and you go, squeeze all the juice out. I tore that juice up. That juice was good. Yes, I love smoothies. I do make smoothies with my magic bullet blender. Chocolate said about the neighbor. What about the neighbor? Nancy, how do you stay so happy and upbeat? Well, I don't be around a lot of people. People make your life hurt. They make your life tired. Yeah, that's the key. And I think it's part of my personality too. I'll beat you up though. I'll be smiling, beating people up. But for the most part, I keep my circle small, and I do what I want to do in my house. So my house makes me happy. I have a lot of toys and gadgets and hobbies. So, Sister Nancy, remember the neighbors that I hated? They're gone. Yeah, you was telling me that they had to move. That was some months back. The property had to be cleaned up. It was a whole mess. I know. Yeah, we talked about that. You know what? It's not like being next to some neighbors that you don't like, or some neighbors that you can't get along with. Is that music too loud, guys? It seems like all of a sudden that music got really loud. But yeah, I think I'm naturally bubbly and friendly and happy. But as I've gotten older, I had to learn how to stay that way. It wasn't like I was, especially after my mother passed away, and my Shay Shay died, my uncle died, and then I hated my job, so I had to reinvent my brain to stay upbeat. And the happier I am is when I'm not around a lot of people. People keep your emotions like this. Hi, Chris. Hi, Crystal. Is it Christelle or Crystal? You are around a lot of people, they mad at you, or they thinking about doing something mean, and They playing mind games, so your emotions like this all the time. Whoa, oh, you know, I don't have that too much no more. I eliminated a lot of people out of my life. Am I by myself a lot? Yeah, but I've always been a lot alone by myself anyway. I was born an only child, so it never really bothered me. And then I have a little puppy dog. He's a whole lot better. He just turned 5 years old this month. For sure, you have to be comfortable at home. Yes, you have to be comfortable at home. Home's supposed to be a happy place. I remember when I was living with my mother. Oh my God, I used to hate going home. I'm like, damn, she gonna be at the house when I get there. And it would be times I'd be at the house first, and she would come home, and she'd open the door and say, "It's your mother." I was like, ah, and she'd start laughing because she knew, hey, we didn't really get along that well. So, yeah. Ooh. Diva says, "Yep, keep your circle of people small. That's what keeps me upbeat and feeling good." That's true. So if you like a lot of people, that's cool. But just know when you come home, that should be a happy place. If you're around people who ain't really feeling you, you're gonna always be feeling some kind of way. You're always be feeling sad. You're always gonna feel like nobody like you. And hey, I don't have time for that. So let me tell you, I cut people short really quickly too. And sometimes if you cut a lot of people short, you might find yourself by yourself. But I'm okay with that because usually if you do cut somebody off, somebody else will come in your life and replace that person naturally anyway. So don't worry about it. But I'm gonna tell you something. So one of my coworkers, we started together at the job, and she's a wild child. She's 61, but she likes to talk about fighting and stuff, and how she cuss people out. Now, see, I knew she was rah rah, but I didn't really get a chance to know her until like the last week and a half or so. So we moved kind of differently, but that's okay because I can adjust to people. Let me tell you what she did. So, I'm not gonna blame myself for this, but Nancy is who she is. Either you're gonna rock with her or you ain't, and that's how I am today. Either you rock with me or you don't. I'm not gonna try to make myself fit your standards. You can go kick rocks with open toe shoes. I will not, and that's how another way I stay upbeat. But sometimes if you don't like being by yourself, you're gonna, this probably won't work for you. So check it out. So the other night, this was Friday night actually. So she had called me, and this is what's making me think that she's probably feeling some kind of way prior to this phone call. She's probably feeling that I don't know. She's probably mad at me on the inside for another reason anyway. So anyway, she had called me. I had just sat down on the toilet, guys. I mean, I was on the toilet. And so she called, and I had picked the phone up, and I said, I am on the toilet. She said, click. She hung up. I said, damn. So I started laughing because it is kind of gross. You call somebody and they tell them they got their booty on the toilet. It is nasty. I get it. So I laughed, and once I got cleaned up and stuff, I had called her. Excuse me. I called her back. 4 minutes, guys. I called her back in 4 minutes. She didn't answer the phone. So I said, maybe she's occupied and she'll call me back when she get a chance. She never called me back. So I'm like, that's weird. She called me all the time, all day if she could. Well, the next day came, which was yesterday. She didn't call me in the morning. Because hey, my mind made up. First of all, you can't hang up on the kid. You can't hang up on me. That's going to be your first strike. Soon suckers hang up on me, a lot of times I block your ass right at the gate. But I knew that I was on the toilet. That was a weird situation. I said, well, maybe she just feeling some kind of way because I said that. But I know if I call her, she'll answer the phone. Or if she doesn't answer me, maybe she'll call me back. Nope. She didn't call me back. So by that, when she didn't call me back that night, I'm like, hey, forget you. I said, well, she gonna call me back because I got some pretty good juice that she wanted to know about, and I knew she was gonna call back. So sure enough, she called me back yesterday at 2:20 in the afternoon. Now, mind you, she didn't. I think she's mad at me because I said that for real. So she want to show me I ain't calling. You called me. I'm not gonna answer your call. Forget you. Well, my mind made up now. So if you call me back after a certain amount of time, I'm not gonna answer your call. So sure enough, she called. I didn't answer. And then she called back again. I didn't answer. So today she called and left a message saying, hey, this is my last time ringing your phone. No, I got the picture. This is my last time ringing your phone. Fine. I'm not emotionally attached to you. I don't care. I don't hold on to people no more, guys. That's another thing. You be trying to hold on to people and trying to keep them in your life. I just met you. I just got to know you recently. I've been knowing her for a few years, but you rah anyway. So either you rocking me or you ain't. Period. If I tell you I'm on the toilet and you get offended by it, okay, just be offended that time, for a few minutes. But why you just don't answer my call like you got a whole attitude? Go kick rocks, bitch. Fuck you. Shit. Um, yeah. Chocolate says, been there, that door open. Oh no. Ha! That's right. So Lauren says, I'm like that too. I'll show up for the ones that love and show up for me. There you go, Lauren. That's how I am. I make my appearance at the events about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours. No, I'm sorry, I didn't read it right. I make my appearance at their events for about 2 or 3 hours. Then I leave and be by myself to recharge and have peace. Golly, that is so on point. She worded that so well. She worded that so well. Recharge and have peace. That is important, guys, especially as you get older. Recharging and to have peace. It's so hard to have peace, and you have to find a way to get that. Diva says, people are weird. That's why I keep to myself. You know what? Now, Diva, she and I, we're in the same age bracket. We've seen a lot of things. When you're in your 20s and 30s, you don't care about none of that. You like friends, you like running around. You can go out one night and wake up the next day, go back to work. We don't do that when we get old. You want to keep people, but when you realize through life, in your 30s and your 40s, people how they play you like a ball head, they seem like they ain't for you, or maybe you just turn out to them. It's not always them. It could be you. Sometimes you just don't fit, and then you find yourself trying to adjust to whatever's happening, and then it doesn't work. So people start acting crazy towards you. And then you be like, I don't want that no more. I don't feel like trying to figure out if you excuse me, if you mess with me or not. If I see one sign, I'm gonna start looking at you sideways, and I'm out the door if I have to. I will. I'll just disappear. And my house is a recharge. My house is peaceful, and it makes me smile. Mm-hmm. So Toreto says, I am a Sag. I love me some Sagittarius, baby. I am very compatible with them. I'm a Libra. And that is all I got to say. Ha! I don't know what that means, but I love you, baby. Hey, Nancy. Oh, look, a happy girl. Hi, happy girl. Happy Sunday. Yep. Diva says 100. You'll figure things out as you get older. You'll figure out what works for you and what doesn't work. I used to have a slew of friends. I used to have a slew of boyfriends. I used to keep me a boyfriend. I don't want to be bothered with they stinking. Oh, I don't want to be bothered with your stinky Twinkie boy. Get on. Mind games. One thing's gonna get you cut off from me real quick is mind games. You cannot do that. I'm a winner every time. I'm a win every time you try to play my mind. As soon as I realize you're doing, you out the door. I don't feel like that. People make your life hurt. So when I go out for a little while, and I go home. What that Nick? What? All you see is one little head at the bottom. What? You need some more medicine? You need a little hip problems. No, I don't feel like that. Yeah, so I kind of like knew that she and I was not gonna talk on the phone that long because I don't know. You could kind of like tell who's gonna stay in your life for a long time or not. I knew she wasn't gonna do it. I don't expect people to stay in my life long anymore. I don't do that no more. Oh, hold on. You don't like me? I'm okay with that. You don't call me no more? I'm okay with that. I ain't gotta do it. I don't feel like that no more. That's how I stay happy. People can make you not happy. Yep. All right, guys, we have been here almost an hour. A lot of you guys came on late, so maybe I'll stay on. What time is it? Dang, it's 7:15. I don't know how long I've been on here. 54 minutes and 40. All right, almost 55 minutes. So I'll stay on for like another 20 minutes. Maybe just, yeah, another 20 minutes. And then we get off the phone. So, but like I said earlier, sometimes you can find yourself by yourself too. You gotta be ready for that when you have those down times. When you stop messing with a lot of people, you can find yourself by yourself. Can you handle that? I'm okay with that because, like I said earlier, I was born only child. I'm, I'm okay. It's so funny. Some people say when they realize I don't mention a lot of people in my life, they be like, you got any kids? No. You got no kids? No. You ain't got no boyfriend? No. And they just be looking like, are you okay? Yeah. Ain't that lonely? No. But sometimes a lot of peace can bring loneliness if you don't watch it. Because sometimes I look around the house like, wait a minute, it's just too damn quiet around here. And then I get over it and move along. And then I find something, if I want to be around people, I know how to go people. And if I don't want to go people, I know how to not people. There's always people around. So that's one thing about that. And then I remember my mother used to always say when I was little, I used to always say, leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered. Leave me alone. She said, what, you going to die alone. Like, I might. Well, I was born alone, so I'm okay. I'm okay. I don't need people to validate me. I don't need that. They just irritate you. Got to dictate and talk about you, and criticize. And then you got some really cool people that they just jive with you. Anytime y'all get together, it's a special moment at that time, and then that's it. Teresa says, I've always said, if you can't stand to be by yourself, then how someone else can be with you? I love positivity. Me too. I love positivity. Me too. And can we be positive all the time? No. Naturally, we're not going to do that. But can we weather through it when, if I have an off day and I'm not as nice, if I say something mean, my hair is getting me hot. Let's take the hair down. You want to not answer my call because I said one thing. That's what really get on my nerves. When you said this one thing, I'm not talking to you. I'm not answering your phone call. I'm gonna hang up. You hang up on me, I'm blocking your ass right out the gate. Because if you rocking with me, we gonna work it out. We gonna talk about it. We're gonna work on it and try not to offend you, whatever the case may be. But hanging up and disappearing and acting funny, like one of my other buddies, she got. And people don't even tell you why they mad at you or acting funny towards you. They just all of a sudden they start not answering your phone calls, acting like little bitches. Take your ass on, stay over there. You won't talk to me, stay that way. I don't feel like that. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. Yep. So guys, one thing about locks, I know I know I have to do something. I need to. I really do need to work on this little ugly lock here. That's why I got this band on right here. Turn it this way. It is a double dragon, and it's doing weird stuff. I forgot it was here. Maybe I'll fix it. I think if I comb this right here, this part right here gonna fall off. Mm. Diva says being alone and being lonely are two different things. To me, I like to be alone, but I'm never lonely. Sis, be done with that chick. She sounds silly. She is. she, she she's something else. I'm like, how you still talking about fighting people? And you 61. If you don't sit your old half dead ass down some damn where, shoot. Where I work at, they always talking about banging and beating people at the park. I'm like, y'all one day from being in a nursing home. All y'all some old hoes. I ain't fighting. You hit me, it's gonna be a problem. I'm busting across your head with broomsticks, bats, and my pistol whip your ass. Don't you touch me. And you know what they gonna do. If I get into a fight with somebody, the first thing they gonna go for is my hair. Cutting your head off. Just right out of the gate. Don't you touch me. I don't like all that fighting and hitting stuff. I'm going to penitentiary if you mess with me, buddy. And I don't want to go there. I ain't built to go there. That bitch is way tougher than me. Look at the baby. Look how long she's getting. Hey baby. But she's starting to sit back here. See, I still got some bald spots, guys. You see the little new hair growing right here? She snatched me ball. My hair trying to fight for its life. It's trying to grow on in. So I'm gonna always have this Statue of Liberty halo right here. No, I don't want to do all that crazy stuff for people. How you just gonna ignore my phone call and then don't call me back the next day because you really want to know what's going on in my life? I ain't telling you nothing. Sometimes I gotta shake my hair out because I think I be seeing Nico's hair in my hair. I'm like, is that gray hair or is it my hair? That's one thing about having a dog. Guys, it be furry. Your life be furry. It be like, ugh. But I had a husky. He was a husky mixed breed. Oh, he had the worst. He had the worst coat. His fur would be in my eyelashes and the ice cubes. It caught up in my telephone and on my whole. Oh, he had the worst fur. I would never get another husky. Huskies are meant to be outside. They are meant to be outside in the cold. They are not warm weather dogs. Because when they get warm, their fur sheds like, oh my goodness, especially those undercoats. Lauren says the older I get, the more I enjoy my own company. Your patience gets thinner as the minutes go by, and you just don't have the time to entertain BS from other family included. They are the worst. The family is the worst ones. People want you to change for them. You shouldn't do that. Why are you saying that? Why are you doing it? Don't ask me about me. You don't like what I'm doing, you can make your move. You can figure out what you can do with me. I'm not changing me. I'm not doing that. I don't have to. I don't feel like it. Go find somebody else to dominate and tell what to do. I am not the one. Yeah. So since I have not been oiling my scalp, my hair has been feeling so much lighter. So now I'm starting to remember when I do spray my moisturizing spray, my rose water, I try to just concentrate up here instead of bringing the moisture all the way down. Hey, thank you guys. Instead of bringing the moisture all the way down, my head feels like, oh, like it's so heavy. So I like I shampooed my hair 2 weeks ago, and I love how light it feels. I'm used to oiling my scalp, but I had sprayed the little oil on my scalp only, and that's it. And the little bit I did have on there, I just brought it down. But I don't spray my whole head like I used to, guys. It's just too much. It's too heavy. Let's bring it. Let's see what it looks like from the side. On the side. I'm black and I'm proud. What is that? What is this? Hmm. Thank you, Diva. She said, I have beautiful locks. Thank you. We come a long way, guys. Y'all remember how my hair looked? I'm gonna do a pictorial about the different stages of my locks. Remember they was real fat, then they start looking real weird. But the lighter my locks are, the happier I am. Nope, I do not dye my hair. I do have gray strands in there though. That's why I'd be like, is that Nico's hair or is that my hair? Okay, here we go. No, the camera's showing opposite. I think that's yeah, that was Nico's hair. How long are you going to let them grow, says Torado? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want them too long, but I don't want my ends cut. I like how the ends are sealed. I mean, when you cut them, they start looking kind of blunt. They still not all the way fully mature yet. They still got like little curls on the end. I remember when my curls was all the way up here, but now it has matted and gotten all the way down to this point, and it still got loose ends right here. But some of my double strand Some of my two-strand twists are unraveling. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I actually like this length. I like this length. This is a nice length. I looked at my hair from all the way back in October or September. Just from September to now, they have really grown. Chocolate says, Nancy, I miss your stories from when you worked in the hospital. Yeah, those are fun times. I acted bad that they didn't like me. Sorry. You know, when you're a person who's used to being in charge, being a public bus driver, you're usually the lead person because you're the one who runs the show with the bus and stuff. Then going from that to being a person who has to follow rules up under somebody else's guideline and they always on you, I didn't do well. I don't do well at jobs, actually. Lauren says, I can just tell you have some hell of a story times, Nancy. I just feel that, oh yeah. I got a lot of story times. I got a really juicy story time for y'all right now, but I don't want to tell y'all because I might get in trouble. Just know that Nancy doesn't act good all the time. She's bad. You might be facing jail time. Almost put a chick in the hospital. So yeah, I wish I could tell you a lot of stuff, but by me being on the internet, I can't incriminate myself and I can't afford to go to jail or lose my job. And you know what? I be seeing a lot of people getting fired off TikTok. I don't understand why people do that. Why do you go to your job and do TikTok dances and you be off beat, you look funny and you just look weird and goofy, and you ain't got no job? So, and even when you're off work, you have to be mindful of what you say. So when I was telling you guys about when I was the bus driver stories, they were usually friendly, little playful stories. But I couldn't tell you all of the grit and the grime and the violence. It was a lot of violence I experienced, witnessed and stuff. I can tell you all that. But when I retired, I did. I told y'all. Did I tell y'all a little bit? I don't think I told y'all too much of the violent part. Yeah. So I do have to be mindful of what I say. Hmm. Yeah, I got a story time for y'all right now for real. But I can't tell y'all. I'll tell y'all later, okay? I'll tell y'all real later. All right, Toreto, I used to love the bus driver stories. Oh yeah, I had some good ones. But I couldn't tell y'all everything. And my coworkers that's still working, they told me that bus driver job is way worse. They straight up blowing people off the bus. They straight up putting them in the grave on the bus and stuff. It's gotten worse since I left. Because people don't think, oh wow, Nezzy, no, you never told us that. Oh yeah. Mm. I gotta be I have to be quiet, guys. But I will tell y'all one story. I'm gonna tell y'all one story in the future. It's so funny when people saying, you still got your job? They have to ask me, you still got your job? I'm always, ooh, Lord. I don't know. By me being bubbly and friendly, people always want to test my damn gangster. When I come out the bag on them, you want to go tell on me. You want to go try to get me fired. You want to go. You want to throw. I hate hoes who throw rocks and hide their hands. And you want to go there and say, well, she did this to me and she said this. Yeah, I cussed your ass out. Yeah, and I'm gonna hit you with this object if you keep messing with me, and I will do it. So leave me alone. So I stay happy because I stay away from people. They always trying to come at you sideways. She got behavior problems. Yeah, I thought one chick told me, she said, I didn't know you was like that because you don't know me. Stop testing me. Stop. People want to pick at you and mess with you. And then you come out the bag and show them you ain't that punk they think you are. Oh, she ain't feeling bubbly for real. I am, but you messing with me. How about a story about an ex? Ooh, that was so long ago. How about a story about an ex? Did I tell you this story before? Okay, I can tell you one baby. I can tell you one baby story and one baby and a half story. All right, so I'll tell you one baby story. This ain't really nothing. All right, so you know how guys always think they can play you. You know, they always think they can play women. But what's that song called? Who's making love to your old lady while you out making love? So they always out here slinging dingaling and stuff around. Or if you are the same sex, your partner who you with, she might be slinging her dingling around with her toy, just slinging her damn cock around. Anyway, so Mike's boyfriend didn't know I knew that he was stepping out. He was doing nickel slick stuff. But this is so weird. So one time I had went out with a guy, and for some reason my boyfriend had called me and said, "Hey, you out with your man?" I'm like, no. But really I was. I really was because what happened was when he called me and asked me that, my he wasn't my boyfriend. He was just some side cock. Anyway, he had just gotten out of his truck and went inside the gas station to get some snacks. So when my boyfriend called, he said, "Hey, you with somebody? You with somebody right now, ain't you?" I'm like, no, which I wasn't. He wasn't in the car. He wasn't in the truck at the time, but he really was. He said, I could tell something was off. How you know that? I didn't give him any information, but sometimes when you connected to a person, you can feel the energy from a distance. And I was way in East St. Louis. I was way in Illinois, and my guy at the time was in St. Louis. So he was way on the south side. I was way over there, and was it Grafton, Madison. He felt me being with another guy just picking up the phone. It's weird. When you connect to somebody, they can feel what you're doing. They don't know exactly what you're doing. They can feel what's going on. Johnny Taylor, yep. Who's making love to your old lady? So yeah, you out there slinging your ding I sling my shit too. Go kick rocks. All right, so here go a baby story here. I'm gonna see if I can find a. I'm gonna see if I can go back real deep and find a really, really, really deep story. But and I may have told this one before too. Tech, Nancy, technically, no, I am not. What you talking about? Soul ties. There you go. Hi, Mons Blogs. That's it. Soul ties. So the same guy. We went to a party. So when I was younger, I used to have sex with my coworkers, my male coworkers, and it's very easy to have sex. Especially you can have sex at your job with your coworker. You can cheat there, and your spouse or your lady or your guy won't even know you did it because you can cheat right at work. As a matter of fact, the highest cheating rate is at the job because you're thinking, he or she is not cheating because she at work. No, you can cheat at work. Believe me, I used to have sex on the bus. Anyway, I told you I didn't want to tell y'all no story. I'm gonna tell you anyway. So anyway, I used to mess around with this one guy. I think we had sex maybe once. I think it was only one time, and it was the worst. He was a good looking guy, and I was a good looking girl, and I just wasn't feeling just because you're good looking. I mean, I like screwing you, so I was just like turned off. And he used to go around bragging about me, telling people that he had sex with me. Even years after we had sex, it was a one time thing. It was horrible. It wasn't no like he was really throwing down or nothing. It was like I was into him. It was just not a good experience. But for years and years and years, he told people he had sex with me because I was a popular pretty girl back then. And so if you got with Angel, you had status because she was that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I had asked him, why do you tell people we had sex? I don't even tell nobody about your ass. He was a good looking guy too. He could pull chicks real quick. So like, I just wanted people to know. For what? So I started messing with this other guy at the job. He went and told him that we had sex, and the guy said, "Man, don't tell me. I don't care. So what you telling me for?" But what his thing was, he wanted to. My mother used to always say this when she was alive. She said that men love to be like dogs. You heard that term before. You know how dogs pee on a tree and they don't want the other dog to pee on that tree or in the same spot? But that's how men are. Once they have sex with you, they don't think the other guy should come behind you and have sex with you. My ex-boyfriend, which he's a worker too. I told you I used to be a hoe. But it was my shit. I was singing and pop my shit whenever I want to. But my ex-boyfriend, he used to get mad because people would say stuff about me. I said, "You already knew who I was before I met you." And I said, "What you think? I supposed to been born and handed to you?" He got mad because I had sex with people prior to him. He said, yeah, I wish it was born and handed straight to me. Like, no, my coochie is reusable. Everybody's private part is reusable. I told you I want to hear this story. Anyway, I digress. So the guy was telling me about it first. When I took my then boyfriend to a party that was at my job, the guy I used to have sex with. Stop. The boy I used to have sex with came up to me, hugging me all intimately, like, "Hey, baby, how you doing?" Now, mind you, we ain't had sex in like 15 years or something. It was a long time after that. He did that to say to my boyfriend, "Yeah, I had your woman at one point." That's how people be slick. So my boyfriend at the time said, "I don't like that dude. Something about him is off." Yeah, he letting you know we used to screw. We used to do it. Yeah, she's I hate a blabber mouth. When he asked if you was with your man, technically you wasn't. See, there you go. I wasn't. He wasn't in the truck. But what was the one I want to really tell y'all about? Damn, I just forgot it. Oh God, nah, I better not tell that one. Ooh, because I still think he watched my videos. I think he watched my live streams. This one boyfriend. I think, yeah. I don't care if he, I don't care if he is or not for real. So I'm gonna tell you guys this real quick. Never, ever, ever date a person that's separated from their spouse. Technically, they are still married, and they sneak and creep around with them sometimes, to where they still have keys to the house. You go over their house, you spend the night over there, and you wonder why this chick is opening up the door coming in the house. It happened to me because they were sneaking around with each other, and when I was over there, I fell asleep over there in the bed. And you know how we are as women. If you break your routine with us, hey, something up with you. So late at night, I'm sleeping in the bed with him, and I hear his. At the time, that's when we had those beepers and pagers. Heard his pager go boom, zzz, zzz, he had it on vibrate, and it was like at it sounded like the sun is going down. It was like maybe 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, or maybe 12. It was late in the morning though, or early in the morning, and so I didn't say nothing. I'm like, man, why is this pager going off this time of night? Zzz, zzz. So I said, well, maybe they eventually stopped paging them. So I just laid there for a minute, and I drifted off back to sleep. Next thing you know, guys, and I opened my eyes. I was so pretty, guys. I looked like a little black baby doll. I used to wear a little black. I used to wear hair wraps. My hair used to be all black and stuff. And I used to wear like little baby doll, little pajamas with no bra on, no panties. You know how you do when you be all with your guy stuff. So I'm laying in bed. I know I was looking like a little baby doll, and I said, "What's that noise?" So I hit him. I said, "Hey, somebody's coming in the house." I said, "Wake up. Somebody's coming in this house now." He finally woke up and he got himself together. He heard the noise too, and he immediately got out the bed and went walking into the living room to go to the door. Wife was coming in through the door, guys. She was coming through the door, and she was coming to the bedroom to see who was in the see who was in the room with him. And so he blocked her and stopped her. He said, "What are you doing in my house?" She said, "Who you got in this house?" And he said, "Why are you in my house?" She said, "Because I called you and you didn't answer your phone." So they had been messing around. The wife, they ain't messing around. That's his wife. That separated bullshit, that's bullshit. That's his wife. And so they had been sleeping with each other. And so when he broke the routine by answering that pager late at night, oh, something up. You know how we do. Oh, you break the routine? I normally can call you at 1 o'clock in the morning, you answer the phone. I can come over there at 2 o'clock in the morning normally. Why you ain't answer the phone? Why you ain't answering your pager? She knew right then that somebody was over there. She had the key to the house. That was her damn house. That was my stupid ass fault too. That was in my 30s at the time. And you can't get me like that in my 50s. As soon as you tell me you separated, ninja, don't kick rocks. I don't mess with no married ass man no more. But he caught her at the door. And I had raised up. I said, "Oh, what am I supposed to do?" Now, My 30-something-year-old brain was like, I ain't worried nothing about nothing. I was a straight banger back then. She run up if she wants to. I'm gonna, beat her up. 56-year-old be like, bitch, you need to go and hop out the window. Because in 2026, they popping and capping. Okay? So I heard that he stopped her. And next thing you know, guys, I heard her slap him 3 times, like, pow, pow, pow. I said, oh, shit. She caught him across the face. She was making her way to that room. So finally, she got past him. And I'm laying in the bed. She come back in the bedroom, look at me and say, and when she said this, guys, her eyes wasn't even focused on me. She was looking at me, but her eyes were off focus. Like she was so emotionally distraught to where she didn't really look at me. She said, what are you doing in my husband's bed? And right when I was going to answer her, she just turned around, went straight to him, and started fighting some more. I said, oh boy, this is pretty bad. I just laid back down. Why I didn't leave? I don't know. I should have left. But so they was been arguing and fighting. And he finally got her to calm down. And he came back to the room. He said, hey, just come here for a second. And I came to the door, talking through the door. He said, can you please put your clothes on and leave? I said, yeah, I can leave. I said, you want me to kick her ass? He said, no, I just want you to leave. I said, okay. So I had to put my clothes on, guys, and walk past them to go out the front door. And I got in my car and left. That was crazy. That's a story right there. Did they ever eventually divorce? Yes, they did. Yeah, they eventually divorced. Then he wanted us to get married. I had told him when we first met, I don't want to ever be married. I like this sunlight. Hey, look like I got a halo. Hey, one of Toretto says one of my exes did that to me. He claimed he was divorced, but he was really legally married. They still married. Yeah, I'm sorry, legally separated. He claimed he was divorced, but he was just legally separated, which means they are still married. Don't mess with separated people. They on bullshit all the time. You won't get ahead with that. You might get your head cut off a shot. Keisha says, I just came back on Nezi. You was taking somebody's man. No, he gave himself to me. These men, So that was a pretty creepy story. But it's amazing. I know a lot of people don't like getting older. I love getting older. Do I see changes? Yes, I'm slower. I don't care about stuff as much. I'm more chill. Now, had it happened to me at this age, like I said, at 56, first of all, I wouldn't be messing with your stupid ass. As soon as you tell me you separated, nigga, you still married. I will not. But if I did mess with him, if the wife come into the front door, I'm going out the back door. I'm still to this day like, why was she still laying there? Because what if she would have came in with a weapon? Or what if I would have had a weapon? It could have been bloody. So stay away from married people. Child, these new men different. Baby, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. But I've been really been approached by men. I don't make myself look like I want attention from no man. I I want to go outside and play in the dirt and play in my garden. That's how I look. But the STD rate is so high. The AIDS is too high. And from my understanding, a lot of people who have AIDS, they can survive with the AIDS by taking medication and still have sex with you and give it to you. No, I don't want to do that. It's crazy out here, so I'm good. Will I ever have sex one day? I don't know. I don't know. Keisha says, I want me a man, Nancy, but these new ninjas might be a liability, baby. You better preach. Because they some bitch asses. They don't know how to control their emotions. As soon as you piss them off, they want to set your whole house on fire, kill the dog, kill you and your kids, shoot you, drag you out the house. And like, that is not how you accept being turned away. Or, no, I can tell you no. But now if you say no to these fools, they coming all the way out the bag on you. I'm not taking no abuse from the man. You cannot do that. Teresa says half of them are on the down low. That's scary. I'm gonna tell you something. My mother told me and my cousin when we were little. She used to say it all the time. All men are gay. I'm like, mommy, that's not true. All men are not gay. Yes, they are. They'll screw anything. You can't say all. You don't know all men. Well, most of them. You can't say that. You don't have no statistics or nothing. You don't know that. But I think I know what she's saying now. I think I know what she's saying now. It's okay to be a download, but it's not okay to be a download and you trying to stick with somebody. You trying to stick around with somebody else. Tell them what you're doing. Give them a choice to say, well, you know, I want to be with you this way, or not be with you this way. But when you out here dick slinging with the dick next door, and you over here, you know, messing with the coochie pop over here, and you simply exchanging dirty juices, it can be a problem. Like, what? No, they don't supposed to go like that. I don't know, guys. Is it 20 minutes later? Yeah, I think I talked over my time. They will try to screw anything if they can. They will. My friend Wendy, a lot of you guys might remember Wendy. She was on my live stream. She passed away in 2024, and she'll be dead 2 years on Memorial Day. That's another person I lost. But she has a brother-in-law that likes to do bad things to children, no matter the age. He don't care about what he does to little girls. And he said one time, how can I say it without being too vulgar? He didn't care who he screwed. Ussy is Ussy. Put the P in front of it. And some men think like that. If you got it, they don't care if you're a young person or a young animal or an elderly. They don't care. Ussy is Ussy, and if it can do what I needed to do at that moment, I'm gonna take it. Teresa, oh no. You gotta be careful who you lay down with. Be careful who you having babies by. You can't be caught up with a whack job. You get in trouble. You'll be stuck with them forever. You don't want to be stuck with them. You don't want to be stuck with those kind of people. Keisha says, but yeah, Nezi, you right. My neighbor man came over and bust her windows out for dumping him. See, you see what I'm saying? A bitch. Like, I can tell you, I don't want to be with you no more. You don't want to be with me when I knock your windows out. That's crazy. Why? Yeah, bust your windows out. My mother used to deal with these guys, baby. They was one guy bust her windows out. She got her car windows fixed before she came home that day. I guess my mother said I would never let my child know what happened to me. But she was out there she was being bad. She was messing around with a little young guy at her job. He was a teenager. Girl, my mother was like 30 something. He was like 18 or 16 or something. Like, I shouldn't be saying that, but hey, my mother was doing her thing. Brought that little boy home. And he was in a juvenile delinquent home. And she worked there. She was messing with him. And as soon as she didn't act right, he busted windows out at the job. He's doing all kind of stuff. But he ended up getting murdered. And so she was happy he had died because she couldn't get rid of him. That was the only way she was going to get rid of him. You can't get these young guys no good coochie, baby. You can't give them no good coochie. They don't come and bust your shit up. Set your life on fire. They bust your shit up. You can't. But even if you got bad coochie, they're going to still act like that. They just think they're supposed to just dominate your whole life. Dominate your house, take over and stuff. No, that's not how it goes. No. But anyway. Yeah, baby, my mother was something else too. We all got secrets though. We all got a past. And we all do things we're not proud of, and some of the things we just don't care if you know. So I did, yeah, and what? And so what? So that's one of my little boyfriend stories. But then young guys be pumping for their life. But they be laying it down. Yeah. But them young guys be pumping for their life. And then they be laying it down. She said be pumping for their lives. Hell! Hey Nancy, hope all is well. Hi, Pam Songbird. Hey, girl. All is well. I'm about to end the live in a few minutes, though. Thank you for the happy faces. Y'all be so cute. Y'all make me happy. Chocolate says, no, I don't want all of that, Keisha. She talked to you, Keisha. Yeah, who wants to be bothered with you don't tell me no, so you gotta die. Why the worst punishment in the world? How can you not want me? Oh guys, let's talk about this. I'm gonna let y'all go. What about the ding dong about a month ago set up there and pew 8 kids and then himself like a rabbit. Girl, if you don't get your hey, I don't want nobody hitting me up like no damn jackrabbit. And I did mention this in one of my videos. How this one guy did me like that. He jackhammered my ass so damn hard, had my head banging against my head. Boy, I said, nigga, you gotta go. Why you thrusting so damn hard? And then my boobs was going up in my damn chin like this. My head hitting it, boy. Nigga, go home. Oh, it was horrible. Me neither, NYC. I'm speaking from past experience. That ain't happy, girl. Okay, bye. Good night. Yeah, that was awful. Yeah, that was awful. How do you? But he looked nuts. He looked like he was off his rockers. Like, how y'all be not knowing that these people look off? It's okay. You can look off as long as you take your medicine. Pam Songbird says, I gotta go back. It looks like I missed some good talk. Yeah, I shared a little bit of stuff. Chocolate says, high five says me either. Keisha been there one time. No thanks. Girl. Hi, Happy Hopeable. There go my girls. Y'all showing up. I was going to hang up. I'm like, oh, it's so late. They ain't around right now. Then Keisha says, then I think he was in the military too. Baby, a military man? You better fight for your life. You better run for your life. Mm-mm. 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 Those are the worst ones. Yes, he was a military man. He was a military man. Had a woman around the corner with 3 children. He had 4 with this other woman, and the other kid that was there was a nephew or a cousin. You wake up one morning before Monday because you're mad because your wife said she's gonna divorce you, and you leave your woman. You at your woman's house. You wake up before 6 o'clock in the morning and say, you know what? I'm not. I ain't gonna let her divorce me. So let me shoot you in your nose, girlfriend. Gather the 3 kids up. Drive around the corner to the wife's house. Just lit that house up. Caught one kid on the roof. He died on the roof. Then you run away after you do all that to the house. Now, from what I know, the baby mama got shot in the nose and she still survived. So I don't know what her status is as of today. But the wife and the other kids, they didn't make it. Then you run up to your play daddy house that you've been around since you were a little boy. He was a white guy. And you talking for a minute with this big rifle in your hand, and you turn a gun on yourself. And then the police officers start shooting at him. So a lot of people think that the police officer shot and killed him. No, he actually did himself. And then they believe that the officers heard gunfire and they started shooting at him. But he really offed himself. It's just crazy, like crazy. All because of a divorce that Monday, he went through the whole 2 houses and clean house. Yeah, he looked crazy as hell. Oh, I missed a whole lot of stuff. Uh-oh. Let me go back up. He did look crazy. Just how could you do that to your own children? Just nuts. I don't know. But why keep having babies by these psychopaths? Don't have babies by everybody you lay down with. You ain't got to do that. Oh. Laura says, my friend's cousins seek out asylum in Mexico. Her fiance was extremely abusive. She kept all of her documents from court and she wanted to leave the state. She has a permanent residence in Mexico now. Oh, so where did she live at first? Did she live here in the States and she went to Mexico? That's what I'm thinking you're saying. Because, baby, that's a smart move if that's what she did. Because sometimes you can't get away from these fools unless you kill them. Keisha says, and he did look crazy. She also said, didn't someone survive? Yeah, the baby mama, she survived when she got hit and shot in the nose. But I don't know if she's still alive today. But he took her kids and he offed them too. And the kids were stacked on top of each other as far as age. They were around the same age. Well, yeah. Ooh, sad story. That's what Donna says. Hi, Donna. Oh, okay. The side piece survived. That is hilarious. Yeah, she survived. Yes, Keisha, I think it was a cousin, none of his children, though. Keisha says, oh, okay. And then Keisha says, I think he told her from jump he would live, he would live out. Right. So when she's gonna file, go through the divorce proceedings that Monday, he woke up that Saturday or Sunday and did that horrible stuff. At least that what they said he told her that. Yeah, probably so. Pam says demons are real, and we give birth to them. We give birth to these demons. I can imagine being a mother who had a child did something like that. I'll be so embarrassed. I would bury my head in the sand like an ostrich. I gave birth to that. Should have went on and got that abortion. Something told me to go and do it. Mm-mm. Keisha said it sounds safer to just get a battery operated boyfriend and sit down somewhere. I know, right? I think that's safer. Because why you gotta go through all this? I'll tell you something, it's really nice having a companion. It's nice being with a guy that treats you nice and you have really nice moments with him. But all that other stuff come with it. Sometimes you be like, oh, I'd rather just not have no boyfriend or a guy in my life. I don't want to go through that just to be with your dumb ass. Okay. Yes, you're right. We do bring people like that into the world. And then sometimes they have more than one demon. And the child don't always be born a demon, I don't think. And you didn't raise your child to be that way. A lot of these people that's out here doing this foolishness, they weren't raised that way. They were brought up in nice, decent homes. They just chose to go that way on their own. So I would love a companion, but these folks have to be vetted. Keisha, you a booker. I would have a ball listening to you talk. You are funny. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off this phone. Although I'm on my computer, but I'm gonna get off the phone anyway. And I'm gonna talk to you all later. I didn't want to, what I said, I'm gonna start posting my videos on Sundays. It just seemed like I just can't get to them. I actually recorded a video and it looked terrible. I said, just go on live and just do a live stream real quick. And it's much easier. Laura says, yes, she lived here in the States, Michigan. Then she moved to Mexico. Her ex was terrified because she just vanished and he couldn't find her. That was 5 years ago. She's doing extremely well there. Good for her. Good for her. Good for her. You're welcome, Chocolate. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys. When do you go live? Do you have a schedule? No, I don't have a schedule. I just pop up. My schedule, I ain't good at schedules no more with my videos. But I try to post videos on Sundays. So I either do a live stream on Sundays or a regular video. And when I realized time was going by today, I'm like, we need to just go on live. So, and I'd be trying to tell you guys in advance I'm gonna come on live. That never works. So, sorry. Pam says, Nancy, your hair looks beautiful and heavy. Thank you. They are a little heavy, but not like they usually are. I washed them a couple of weeks ago. That's why I like to. Lately, I've been shampoo my hair more often because they are getting heavy. Yeah. Hug Nico for us. He right here. Yep. I sure will. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you guys soon. It's getting dark. I think that boy got to go potty too. My Wiggle says hi to Nico. Nico Wiggle said hi to you, boy. Good night, ladies. Thanks for joining me, guys. I appreciate you because I was getting kind of nervous. I was like, "Ooh, Lord, I'm ready to hang up." So thanks for listening to me and sitting with me for a while. And I'll see you guys. I'll see y'all next week. I'm definitely going to be on her Sunday some kind of way. Good night. Bye. Mm-hmm. Woo.